Hello, hello. Hey guys. If you're coming in, we're doing this live. A lot of our content is in the process of going up on YouTube and Twitter and all those other programs. So if you're coming into this and you're like halfway through, that's fine. You can catch it there. We're going to get better at uploading those things. I think that we were trying to upload too much last night and it gave kind of like an issue. Wanted to do a quick video, not very long, just kind of go over what our plan is for the rest of the day, how we're wrapping up this week, how we're moving into this weekend, and then some things you guys are going to be seeing coming in at the start of next week. So we have been actively working on bringing in other help so that we can communicate more regularly. This is a huge priority, connecting with you guys. I don't know if other people are doing this, but we definitely want to. We're shooting for 5 days a week to do some sort of stream and communication platform. If you're disappointed because I'm not Tanya right now, I do apologize. She said some sort of like Jesse Ventura reference, like, I ain't got time to bleed or something like that. She's like gun ho right now, kind of swamped with things she's doing. So not that I'm not swamped. I've been filling out KuCoin application for hours. It's kind of hard because I have to go back and forth and juggle things, and obviously we're all just kind of working our tails off right now. So I'm sure you guys can appreciate that. But anyway, we are making progress on a lot of different fronts all at the same time. So we're hoping to have more social media help in with us so we can answer questions faster, bigger, better, faster, stronger, all that kind of stuff, starting next week. So bear with us on that front. Hopefully we're doing an adequate job. We're trying to, those of you that are stepping up, we're trying to recognize for moderation in our channels, things like that. And so if promotions come out to certain individuals that have just kind of shown that they are willing, not only is that being, something that we're recognizing, but we're also going to, no doubt about it, they're going to be earning some coin. We do have a marketing budget, and part of marketing is how we interact with the audience. So those that assist or help us in that regards, it will not fall on deaf ears. Our motto is and always has been: do right by everyone always. So we definitely appreciate the community's help. We're in this. What else is going on? So yeah. When you're not watching us, we're not sitting our hands and spinning in our chairs. It's a little bit of a madhouse. It's a lot of meetings on how we're going to implement certain things, and then it's just straight time executing. So we've and the most boring, unfun stuff you can do is paperwork, and I gotta tell you, it's a nauseating amount of paperwork that you have to fill out for all these things. But on every metric so far, I feel like we're in a good place. We do have some things that are going to boost the price really quickly. So some announcements coming through, some things like that. And so buy or don't buy, that's totally up to you guys. If you're holding already and you're watching this, you're in a good position. If people are on the fence and want to come in now. Those announcements are going to be coming up next week. And I can't tell you any more details. I don't want to do anything I'm not supposed to do, but so we're looking really strong. I'm really happy with the price point we're at right now. Because it's kind of I consider it a lower buy-in. So if you're, now's a good time. As far as some things we have upcoming next week as well, I'm going to be doing we will be doing more Q&A, because a lot of people have different questions about either what's in our plan, how it's going to be more utility, what's some of the things with our token, how we're bringing new people in. We want to be completely open and honest on all of those fronts to the best of our ability, but there is a line between communicating what we're doing and doing what we're doing. So we have to kind of balance that line out. But I can tell you that everything's been extremely positive. Any roadblock we've had right now has been just mild at best. You want to know one thing? If you're watching this and you want to help us out in any way, I got some canned response from CoinMarketCap. It basically just said, grow organically, this and that, and I'm listen. I'm sure that they're processing a gazillion applications, so they don't piss me off or anything like that. I get that. But if you can help break down that door for us, boy, that would help us out. So if if email marketing@anubitcoin.com, and if you're like, oh, you answered this question wrong, and if you do that, they automatically send you the boilerplate response. If you have any insight at how we can get on CoinMarketCap, because there's some absolute dumpster fire coins on there that there's honeypot coins where you can't even sell them. There's some things that are listed. I'm like, here we are. We have a legit coin. We're building a great community. We're building up the right way organically. We're not just So some of these times it's like the wrong people get rewarded by placement on those things, and the right people are left scratching their head. I feel like we're the right people. We're doing everything right, and I'm scratching my head. How did they shortcut and they're on there, and I'm getting some boiler response saying you need to get more progress. I'm like, it doesn't even tell a benchmark over where you need to be on, or why you didn't qualify in their eyes to be on there yet. And so, in that regards, I'm totally new. If you guys have insight, and you can spend a couple minutes, reach out. Other than that,
thanks, me too. Michael says, hi, Rob. Holding. Love how much you stand behind your work and the token.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. That was Michael?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Hi,
Michael. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll keep doing this. I mean, I'm just honestly like, with all the other stuff we've been doing, the token is going to be the lifeblood of everything we do. It's actually going to flow through things that are you guys are going to be very excited about. And as soon as those projects exit the testing phase, actually, they have to progress to something called MVP, which is a minimum viable product. It's not like you're the MVP. It's actually just your entryway, and it's usually kind of like every good thing that you see, whether it's Uber or DoorDash or some of these, they enter an MVP stage where it's a little rough. You're working out some kinks still. And it's your proof of concept, but in a real world case. And we will, as soon as we move towards that MVP on some of these products, I can give you guys more detail. It is exciting. It's actually going to be, a lot of what crypto's wanted to be is kind of this universal currency that has no borders. And part of the big challenge on a POS side is that there's all these different POSs, and a lot of people that want you to process a crypto right now, they want you to buy into their specific POS, which is a major purchase for if you're like a restaurant or you're a gas station or whatever it is. They all have their specific POSs, and all of them want them to switch their POS to this POS because that's how they make their money. What we're coming in, we want to be a little disruptive. Anubit coin will be the lifeblood of it. It's all going to flow through Anubits. I'm not going to allow it to flow through any other currency. If you have another cryptocurrency, you're going to exchange it in for Anubits. So that's going to give inherent value to Anubits. If we're developing the system, we're going to control what blood's flowing through the veins of the system, and that's going to be Anubit coins. So we don't want them to swap out their POS. We're designing this in a way that it works with every POS. Everyone can keep their POS system, and it'll work much like DoorDash does, where DoorDash can work with any POS system. You don't need to replace your hardware, and all of a sudden people can process DoorDash orders. We're designing from the same concept. We're not just trying to sell them a new POS system, which is just silly. So it's a wide open market, and so far the only people that have really moved into, like, as far as venues that I know, or what made the news was the burrito place. What's the burrito? Chipotle. Yeah, Tanya's running from her desk over here. So Chipotle is going to, I don't know if they're doing it, but they've announced that they're going to do it. They're going to take Bitcoin, which is a terrible coin for transactions. I know Bitcoin's the oldest, but it doesn't have smart contracts built into it. It generally has a high gas fees, making it super expensive, and it's a very slow transaction with Bitcoin. So, ironically, Chipotle's coming in because Bitcoin's the big name everyone knows, and they're going to accept Bitcoin for their burritos, and that leaves, I mean, a whole bunch of mom and pops, everybody out, and only this one chain accepting. So we want to bring that so that, pretty much anybody anywhere in the world, if they're holding Anubits, can spend Anubits at venues, and the venues need very little to accept that and transfer it into their can accept those into their venue, and they can choose to hold those, which, hey, we'd love if they held, but they're going to have operational costs, and if they want to pay in cash, they can do that, and we're going to move forward from there. So we do have quite a few partner venues that are working with us on a lot of the team's projects over years. We've built up a huge number of venues that support us in a multitude of ways, and those are deep relationships that go back years and years. And with our with what we have upcoming, they're all signing up. So as soon as I can announce that, you guys are gonna have that. I'm not gonna do any formal things. We are, there's, of course, locally there's all the news people that are coming over, because it's kind of, everyone wants to get a story, which is fine. We'll do all that stuff, but so you're going to see more of us in magazines for what we're doing. You're going to see more of us on traditional platforms being interviewed and all that kind of nonsense, and I'll have to dress up and wear something that looks better than this. But anyway, you guys are the reason we're even this far, because you guys are the community, and honestly, we're just lucky enough to be able to work with you guys and build this with your help. So those that are holding right now, keep doing so. We're going to do right by you. Thank you for all your help. I didn't want to miss a day without some sort of communication with you guys. I'm sorry, it's just me, but as soon as we can have some more people in here, some more help. I do have a lot of people working behind the scenes other than just me and Tanya. We're just kind of spearheading a lot of the media stuff right now. Everybody else is working really hard. The dev team is killing it in administration, with dealing with bank accounts and accountants and business lawyers and all that stuff. Those guys are working their tail off to make sure they're watching compliance videos nonstop and going to seminars and all that kind of stuff too. There's so much that happens behind the scenes to make this work and grow it in a way that is bigger than just another shit coin that's hitting the market. That's not who we are, and that's not where we're going to be. So I'm really happy to have you guys on board.
Thanks, Me Too is asking, how would you describe the week looking back? Are you happy with it?
Yeah. No, the week is, I said, I won't lie to you guys. I'm really happy where the price is. For if you got in at $6 and it's down to $4 right now, I would say just hold tight. And if you got in at 20 cents, or I don't know how many people got in that low, but then you're sitting pretty and you're like, ooh, I could cash out. Do what's best for you, but if you do that, then you're going to be missing a lot of opportunity, because the well is going to get really big really fast. I'm happy for this week. A lot of it is learning, learning how much work goes in post launch, because pre-launch, I gotta say, the pace that we've been working over the last, this team has been working on stuff in various projects in and out of different, for years and years, and we were working solid. And this week, I think, was a low work week. I think it put in about 100 hours this week, and but the previous week was about 120 hours for maybe 2-3 months straight, and without a day off. So I mean, I just love it here. Everyone loves it here. We do our office. If you guys ever if anyone wants more info about where we're located and everything, we are in the States and all that. We do things like, our staff, we provide lunch to everyone every single day. No one, lunch and dinner, whatever's necessary. Fridges are all stocked, and there's no like vending machine. Everything's just provided, and our work environment is stressful as hell because we always put so much on our plates, and sometimes we're we're not strangers to. We have a whole area with a couch where there's a pillow. Sometimes whether it's a power nap or what, that happens in our office too. And we've got a conference room with a 86-inch TV, and it's juiced up, and we watch movies in there and stuff like that too for when we need to rest our brains and veg out for a little while. We're just like you guys, but we do we work hard, play hard, and we've been working hard, and I see us doing that. A vacation eventually sounds nice, but man, I'm really loving what we do, and when it doesn't feel like work, you just you can put in a ton of time. You go home and you're like, all right, I'm ready for the next day. So that's been us. I'm happy with you guys are along for the ride and able to see that. There's lots of ideas we have here of ways that we can connect better. One of those was I'm like, hey, should we have like a webcam into our dev room? People want to see what a dev room looks like with a bunch of coders. Is that, is that something that interests people? Or do they want different angles of our media room? We have a little studio here, like with our media room. What type of behind the scenes will that ruin it? Is it like Disneyland where you just want to see just the end product and not the behind the scenes? I want to gear the content for the involvement that you guys think that not only that you guys like and informative and everything like that, but also if we can grow the audience and get more people into our content. We're going to be doing a whole educational thing where it's basically, and we've started putting that content where we're going over what is a DApp and some of those basic building blocks of building blocks blockchain. But we're going over, kind of a what is this, because people hear these terms, and especially the lay people, they have no clue what we're talking about. And so we need to bring them up to speed if we ever want them in the industry. If we make people feel like they're on the out, they won't be part of this industry. And I'm going to tell you right now, if there's any time that you're going to have like kind of a rude awakening in the industry of needing new lifeblood into it, it's right now. Put a spotlight on all these. I read some Mark Cuban quote, and he was referencing something that Warren Buffett said or something, and Warren Buffett's not a fan of crypto, but he said during these times basically that when the tide's going out, you get to see who's swimming naked. And I was just thinking about that, because even somebody who's in some ways he's brilliant, in some ways he's not, Warren Buffett. I thought that was pretty insightful. I was like, yeah, it's going to reveal who's vulnerable, and we're seeing a lot of vulnerabilities. They're looking at Tether right now. As I guess they were able to pay everybody out on the last kind of cash-in rush. They were able to have enough equity to cover the bank run, if you will. But it's also come out that they came really close, and their liquidity might not be as strong as USDC or the BUSD. And I think BUSD or USDC, one of those has like 96% liquidity behind it. So, which really what that means is 96% of people could cash out and they'd still be fine. I'm not sure that Tether could even tout nearly that much. So that's a little bit of a concern. And, truth be told, if you guys are holding one of those assets and, if the shakeup continues, they're gonna, there's uncertainty around Coinbase as well, who is one of the partners on USDC. So, there's a lot of turmoil going on. And one of the things that I know is when I'm, when we're looking for answers on anything, is what voice do we trust? Who do we listen to? Who's gonna not lead us out to dry? And We've got a lot of brilliant people, and we get a lot of insight in the industry from sources, and we want to share that through our channel. And anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. I got to get back to work. I'm like 3/4 the way through the KuCoin application, maybe halfway, but it is just a lot to go back and forth on. And so I'm going to get back to that. Wish me luck. It's lengthy, and hopefully on the other side of this next week we have some other things that come to fruition as well. So with that, I'll go ahead and thank you guys, and we'll also try to post this. It's going to go on Twitter. Maybe, I don't know, it's too long for TikTok, right?
Yeah, I said it should have been a 30-second video.
Tony tells me, hey, just say a couple things and shut up, and then I go blabbing. So, all right, thank you guys, and we won't be on till Monday, but we might have a TikTok here or there, depending on if Tanya's in the mood to say a couple things. She's giving me dirty looks on that, so probably not till Monday. So we'll talk to you then. Thanks so much. And